Alright, so here is the welded project, my first welding project. This was made out of wood, and now we made it out of metal. I think it's 1/8 inch plate. You made like an H column, and then what I could do is one hand. You pull this. Whoa! Well, it didn't hit my foot, and it didn't bend, so I think we're in good shape. Yeah, so this is my first welding project, so let's take a look. My friend welded the nut on, because that was going to be a little bit too much for me. I cut these plates using a circular saw and a bandsaw, and let's take a look at my welds. Just gnarly, huh? But that's my first project. These look like they're a little bit better. Probably like probably way too much material, and undercutting there and whatever. But yeah, it sure was fun practicing. So I do need to round up all the edges and wire brush it so I can paint it. Make sure that this fits on the channel. I might have to grind some of this, because the C channel sits right in here, so we'll have to check that. But this works really nice, that latch I found, and it looks like I drilled this hole in the wrong spot, so I will have to move this hole over so that it lines up. Yeah, I put this one piece on opposite, so the hole, I drilled holes first, but then after I welded I realized the hole wound up being down there instead of here, so somehow I did not measure properly to re-drill that hole. So I need to fix that. And you can see that kind of use this, so you can kind of see that the spacing of these two are too wide, so I would have to take this nut off and drill it over a bit so that it is just it has to be closer, and it's too far apart. Yeah, so this needs a couple of fixes and some cleanup and some paint. Before I do that, we're going to make sure it fits on the trailer, and then we will get this prepped up. But that was a fun project. 2.5 hour project today with my friend Rick. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about all that. So maybe I will buy a welder now. Alright, so we just have this clamped on for now to see how it works. Let's have a go at it. Alright, let's see. So it has to still get bolted, but this is pretty sturdy. And then we would bring in our dolly, drop the pin, lift up, pull this, latch it there, up. And then put that back. That is pretty solid. Very nice. Alright. I think it functions. We just have to make a couple minor adjustments and pretty it up and paint it. Alright, so these are the welds. Yeah. These are the welds, not pretty by any means, but you know, this flips over, so the channel hits in a couple of spots. So I had to grind a little bit on each side so that this part, when flipped over, will sit flat. Right now it's riding on a small section of bead, so I got to do that too. Alright, so this is the pivot hole on this plate, and that's on that plate. So this one was drilled like 1/4 inch, and that one was like at a 1/2 inch. So that's the first problem. And the second problem was I think the plates didn't get lined up. So that's where, you know, that's where the hole is now, and that's kind of where the hole's got to be. So we're going to drill a new hole, and then we're going to grind out some of this and see what fits in that C channel. Alright, we got the new hole drill. But looking this way, you can kind of see where, you know, the plates either weren't cut or square, or they're rotated a bit, that back one there. But anyways, we're going to see if we can grind out a little bit of this weld here and clean up the edges.